Has broken like the first morning. Morning, here we are again, happy as can be. All good fun and jolly good company. I'm definitely losing the plot. Anyway, hello. Here we are again. Here to do some sanding down of the wood filler that I applied. Get some stain onto the wood so we can start to try to make it look a bit more even and not such a tapestry patchwork of different coloured woods and stuff. Get that done. Sometimes things just look an awful lot better once you've had a bit of a sweep up, you know what I mean, a bit of a tidy up with some tools, offcuts, dust, rubbish like that, and you can start to see where you're trying to get to. I've lost track of it, but I'm determined to show Mrs. Lumsden that I'm going to make a good job of this. So this is like a wood filler into here, so I know I've got some rough edges, so hopefully a lot of it will disappear with that. I couldn't cut the tiles, they just would not cut, so I've gone for like a skirting around the edge of the hearth. So I think that's going to look fine. And again, once it's stained the right colour, that should be fine. I need to start looking at trying to tidy up the general area around that fireplace as well. So the old paintwork, that also needs a bit of work. Take this off. So that again, we'll get, we've got to keep Mrs. Lumsden happy, because you know what she's like. She comes in and she looks at the little things that are untidy and then she complains about things. But she's not seeing the bigger picture. So I just need to make sure that when she comes in, she sees it all looking nice, and then she'll be happy. I probably paint a very bad picture of Mrs. Lumsden. She's not the tyrant or the battle axe that I perhaps make her out to be. Very much what she does is quite enjoys winding me up for the fun of it. And but I know she loves me dearly. Anyway, so I've done my wood filler, and now I just need to take the edge off that now, make sure that's smooth, and then I can get the rest of it stained so it falls in line with the dark sort of stain colour that all the rest of the woodwork's got. Bring it into there, and hopefully it should kind of disappear then into the... and then she won't see it. Ow! Ow! Hurt me. Need to focus on what I'm doing instead of talking to you. So then there's me trying to get on with a bit of work, and I can hear this really loud noise. I mean, there's diggers and all sorts knocking around because of HS2. And then I thought, that sounds like a low helicopter. Popped out onto the stern, and there it was coming over the fields, very low. I think it's doing an electrical survey for HS2. It's looking at the ground below, and it seemed to stay low for quite a while around. But interesting little break from what I was trying to do. Right. So let's make a start on sanding off this wood filler and see whether I can make that blend in nicely. Now, I'm not going for a showroom car finish, you know what I mean? It's not a Bentley, this. I don't mind a bit of rustic sort of appearance, so like I say, just taking off the harshness of things, giving it a key, I suppose, which is anything else. Just trying to stop my blood splashing all over the woodwork. So she comes on here, criticises, and doesn't realise the blood, sweat and tears that, that this job entails. And here we go with the stain. This is the stain that was down in the step with lots of other bits and bobs from the previous owner. I guess what I'm trying to do is the boat's got some character with it being a little bit older. I don't particularly want this one section to look all clean and immaculate and accurate. You know, I'm trying to leave it to sort of blend a little bit. So this might look a little bit rough, but I think that's the look I'm going for. I think the modern word for it's distressed look. But all of this wood around here, still got to be sanded back, so a bit of filling got to go on. Blood stains need to be removed, that sort of thing. But I think it's going to be okay. So, a bit of a progress report, I suppose. Looking good now. The fireplace, the hearth, is kind of there. Bit of cosmetics to do round and about. Probably needs another coat of that stain, but that's no big deal. This panel and this panel, she wants in the same colour as here. I'll get that. Same with the section there, because the settee, I've got to have 600 mils from the fire to the settee, so that panel there will be exposed and it wasn't previously. So that again, probably the same colour as up there. This itself, I need to re-emulsion everything. Some of the ply is blown a bit, but again, the right thing to do would be to sort of strip all that out, replace. I'm not really in a position to do that, but a lot of this can actually be sanded out, a bit of filler, flatted back and repainted. So I'm going to do that. So by the time I'm finished, I'm going to do this sort of the front half of the boat, really. The saloon area and the galley area. I can probably get all this emulsioned over the next couple of weeks and tidied up where the bits of ply have been affected by damp from wind. It's like below windows where there's been condensation, I think. It's not the end of the world, so that'll be fine. So whilst waiting for my stain to dry, I thought I'd have a knock at one of these areas where the ply is blown around the window. Yes, as I said, I should really replace this whole panel, but I might be able to get some time out of this. So I flatted it down and I've applied some filler to it. So hopefully that will be alright. I'll be able to knock that back. Now, if you remember when I applied my tile cement, I didn't have an applicator, a spreader. And somebody said, well, just use an old, plastic credit card, bank card, something like that. Well, I don't have an old one, they're all current. But what I have got that has never been of any use to me yet is one of these, an equity card. So I knew it would have its uses one day. There we go. Thank you, Equity. £150 a year, whatever it is I have to pay, has been well worthwhile. Fine. The big one really now is actually fitting the fire, getting the kit, the flue, the reducer if it's needed, hole drilled in the roof and stuff. That's got to be done. I've decided to go with this insulated flue. It's more expensive, and that doesn't sound great. But there's all sorts of mixed messages with regard to the regulations. If you have a new boat built these days, it has to be insulated. That's it. If you've got an old boat, then it falls, so it's built prior to the regulations. That's okay. You can run with just the non-insulated flue, so the single-walled flue. However, I think that only applies if the boat was previously recognised as having a stove in place. during that build, or a stove had been put in place prior to the latest regulations. Because I'm putting a new stove and setup into a 23-year-old boat that's never had a stove before, then I'm kind of getting the message that I have to apply the actual full regs. Therefore, if I don't, there's a chance when it gets to the boat safety certificate time that it might get rejected. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet and spend the money and put in the insulated flue system. At least then I know I can go straight up, straight out, because there's no heat coming off that flue to affect the combustibles around it. So it hurts, but I think I'm going to go that way. Yeah, it's all money, isn't it? So that'll be nice. So in reality, once I've got that kit, I've probably got a day's work putting the hole in the roof and actually fitting that in. So this isn't far away from being a living fire, which is brilliant. And then the bit of decoration around it. And then I've got to try and sort out how to put this settee frame back in. I tried to take it out as carefully as possible to retain the structure. Some bits of it where it was in contact with the rotten floor had rotted themselves, so I need to replace some stuff, but I have got the overall shape there, the dimensions are there. I've got to trim it a little bit shorter here and get that sort of to finish now, so it's 600mm away from the heat source. I mean, if I take you back, yeah, this started because I'd got a bit of rotten wood in the corner, in the front corner, and to get to that I had to get that old settee out, and to do that it needed me to do quite a bit of demolition to get that out. Then discovering that, oh, that space looks nice, we could put a wood burner in there, and then that project sort of came. And then there's been other offshoots on this project, and that's where I'm at. So basically, what I'm saying is I need to look now at how do I put that settee back in place, because that fire's nearly done. So that will be that, and then we need to look at upholstery and cushions. And again, from a finance point of view, I don't think it's something we can do this year. It's astronomical prices. So we'll look at that. We'll look at that and try and find a more economical way of making that so that it doesn't jar with us. That's all we need at the moment. We just don't want it to jar with us. We need it comfortable, and we need it to look quite nice. If it doesn't happen properly this year, that's fine. So that's kind of where we're at. My good friends John and Darren, mentioned them before, have just told me they're going to make me a pasty. Like, it just gets better. This life gets better. Do you know what I mean? Not only have I got this supply of equipment and tools and vast amounts of knowledge, I'm getting fed as well. And look, I'm wasting away, aren't I? Hey, wait, look at me. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm now only 16 stone 7. I've not been that light for about 10 years. Boom! That's another day done. So, I shall crack on tomorrow. I've done things now that impact on me doing other things because I've got wet stain knocking about and bits of wet emulsion and stuff. So I don't want to do any more until that's gone off. So I'll be back tomorrow, no doubt. Bye-bye.